everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Basil.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla. Wrong way.
We are getting there.
We hung the TV. I don't know where to look. I'm good.
There.
Got it. Took me a minute.
Hello,
Is that the
everybody.
camera that's been there the whole time? I
Well,
thought we were
you know,
just
like an
hanging
hour.
out.
Camera's been there the whole time. I am back from Mexico, so we're going to be taking a look at some...
Gracias.
De nada. Is that okay?
That's very good.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome to a show where we talk about Kickstarter projects, Gamefound projects, and the occasional Backerkit project.
Do we have a Backerkit today?
We do not. That's why it's occasional.
Indiegogo. What was the other one?
Crowdox?
There were That's what a Crowdox. That's the one I forgot.
Crowdox was never
Alta Vista.
it was just a pledge manager.
Oh. And there's also the Hive, right? Buzz Hive.
CompuServe.
But they do.
CompuServe produces. CompuKick.
You got mail. All right, folks, we're going to get started here with our sponsor is Gamefound. We're going to take a look at a project that's coming soon to Gamefound. Today we're taking a look at a project called The Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation Ultimate Edition. Now, you may not know anything about this game, and it is coming to Gamefound soon, so you want to go in there and follow. Look how many people are following. You might wonder why, because this is a remake of a classic board game designed by Reiner Knizia. It is a two-player game that will remind you a bit of Stratego, where you have the Fellowship of the Ring trying for Frodo to get that ring to Mount Doom, while the evil forces are aligned against them. So there's not a lot you can see yet of the game. This is what the original game looked at. This original game was published by Fantasy Flight and is a fantastic fun game. Eric Martin on Board Game Geek took some pictures at Gamma, and I went and saw this in person myself. So this is what the game is going to look like. You have a bunch of pieces, and there's actually different sets of pieces, so you can use different characters that you know and love from Lord of the Rings when facing each other, and you're going to be moving, comparing numbers, and playing cards. The evil forces are a stronger force, but the Fellowship is sneakier, trying to get that ring in. So this is coming from Ghost Galaxy, headed by Christian Peterson, who used to run Fantasy Flight Games, and it's coming to Gamefound soon, so check it out. Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation Deluxe Edition. All right, welcome back. We're going to take a look at some projects here. Let's get started with one on Gamefound called Grave Trigger.
Grave Trigger. Fully funded. Unlocked. I don't know what this is.
So
It looks like a miniatures game with terrain being cardboardy terrain.
Yep. And they say, like, no more measurement, which I thought was interesting. They're like, no more measurements needed. No tape measures. Well, what they really mean is just no tape measures, because now it has the, like a piece of cardboard that has the short...
A template, right?
Right, a template. Yeah, kind of like...
Nobody's ever done that before.
Right, I was going to say kind of like the flip ships, does, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, how close are you? Are you the short side or the long side away? That stuff. It seems like a freer form kind of miniatures game.
I wonder if I hate templates more than I hate just straight up measuring.
How often do you do either?
I don't
No.
do either one ever, but I might hate a template more.
I do not mind a template.
I like a template too. In fact, when I used to play Warhammer, I cut a ruler to 6 inches exactly because I got tired of people lying with the measuring.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think a template really is like, does it touch both sides of this? Yes. Then it is that distance. So I like that. It's like, if it's really close, you can slide it between the two, and if either of them move, then you know it touched. So
If it moved, you change the measurements.
For me, this has a little bit of a Gennaria feel to it.
Gennaria.
It's like future with monsters, and they don't really stand out. Even
the minis are kind of like, they kind of look like Deep Madness minis, or I don't know, the Team, Fire Team Zero, or any of those like miniature. There's so many board games with minis, and this fits any one of them.
And they're using like 4 different colors to do the whole thing. It's red, brown, and
that was
blue.
Interesting. That's interesting too, right there. That we saw that in Oathsworn, right? Where you can changing out the thing. They called it hips. I don't know if
hips
it's that same thing.
That's these.
Doesn't lie.
No.
I'm gonna drink this, and then something's gonna happen.
All right, let's move on to Grunlings, Fantastic Fruit, a wholesome family card game for 2 to 5 players.
Adorable.
This just made me so happy. Everything about
Oh
this
my
video
gosh.
and her story, she's like, oh, I started making these, and then it got popular on the internet, so I stopped. I quit my job to pursue like this
Right.
internet artistry, or something.
Yeah, I
thought it was super
I really
cute.
like the art.
Super
Is she
cute.
selling? Well, I don't want stickers, although maybe I do.
Second thought.
I want a poster. I love that banana that's like
It's like flowing hair,
flowing
right?
from-
Yeah.
It's
POV
very,
behind
So
it.
cute.
very cute.
Yeah,
Okay, but
it's
what about
adorable.
the game?
The gameplay was not front and center, actually. It's
Right.
clearly the artwork front and center, which I think is the right move, honestly. I think you're going to sell this game on the artwork. The gameplay seems to be a set collecting game mostly. It has a little bit of right here, you can see across the bottoms of the different fruits there. You're collecting a set of one of each, but then across the bottom is sets of the same thing
Right.
for increasing victory points. Pretty standard stuff, It looks cute. I think this game, I hate to say it, but I think the gameplay is not going to matter that much.
Right.
Unless it's terrible. Unless it's like, well, it's Munchkin, but pretty.
Yes.
Then that could be out and out off-putting, or you might love it. But something like this is a set collection game. Is it original? Is it clever? Those things are really going to be secondary when they're selling it based on her artwork first.
Right. It's one of those that I think the artwork will probably carry the game, but it'll work in this case. As
Yeah.
long as it's, like you said, it's not a bad game. An okay game will be elevated to a good game by this art, I think.
I do like these pictures here of the difference. This is the beach set, baby.
Super cute. Look at that pineapple. He's so tubby and chubby and happy.
The coconut. That's
What'd
my.
I say?
You said the pineapple.
Oh, I
no,
meant the
the
coconut.
pineapple's kind of chubby too. Did you mean
Yes,
the coconut?
I did mean the coconut.
The coconut is
I was
like
processing two things at
He's
one
my
time.
spirit fruit.
All right.
Yeah.
Dicemancy, solo game of the month. Gabe Barrett is still
Gabe Barrett.
doing this, and people are in for it. Mm-hmm. It is now time to back little games, folks.
Yeah.
Dicemancy is one of them. Here, I love this. Broken spell combos. We're not even pretending.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. If you're going to do that and you lean into it, I
Right.
like it.
Yeah. I think for me, as long as it doesn't, because he in the example, he was like, and you do this and da-da-da and this, and it triggers this and that and da-da. Next thing you know, 80 things happen on your turn. I'm like, ooh, there is a line for that, though, where
Sure.
too many things happen. It's almost too much, that it slows the gameplay down, that it becomes like very AP heavy. It didn't sound like this was going that route,
Right.
but that was a little bit of like, oh, I hope this isn't over that
I feel like
line.
I've seen his artwork before from someone else. Did they say who the artist was?
I
I did not catch
see.
that, but I agree. It looks familiar in a very comfortable kind of way. Mm-hmm. The gameplay, I think, looks fantastic in this. The idea that you are putting together these spells, and it's like one half of the card with arrows pointing at the other half of the card, so that die you put there moves and activates the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the ways in which you stack and play out the cards means the cascades are different
Yeah.
from where it moves to where it goes. And it's a tower defense thing, so when you beat a guy, approaching your, attempting to breach your castle or whatever, when you beat them, you take the card and flip it over, and on the other side is a new spell. And you arrange that into your grid of crazy things you can kind of,
Okay.
do. It
Interesting.
looks really good.
Yeah, kind of puzzly.
And because it's a solo game, I'm not going to sit there bored while you
Right.
find these immense combos.
Right.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. So if it is that AP, you're doing your own puzzle, so no one's waiting on you. That's
Right.
true. Yeah.
Ghost
Yeah.
Betwixt. That's the artist?
That's the designer.
Oh, it's the designer. Yeah,
You just researched that. Threw it in chat. Impressed with you.
No, I actually said it down at the bottom
Scroll by
on the
No.
scrolling thing.
So
Oh,
Joey did not
never
research.
mind.
I take my credit back. Never mind. I am no
Wow.
longer
Dice
impressed.
coins. So guess what? I actually have this one right here.
Oh.
Which one? Which of the two?
The skeleton.
Oh, I like the other one better.
So they work. So the way these work is this is from Goliath coins. They're the big coins that we actually use in our
RPG?
RPG. So
The
it's
4
the
coins.
same size as those, which is
Oh,
coming
they're
back.
that big.
And then it's on like a base with a dot that keeps it, and then you just spin it. Then you put your finger down and see which one's at the line. I actually used it in the last episode we played. You just didn't see me do it behind the screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So-
Did you ever fib? Like push a little left or right?
A DM never tells.
That's a yes.
No DMs ever fudge dice. It's never happened.
That's a lie, folks. I know for a fact they do that. Plus, I'm staring over his screen the entire time.
I like this one the best here down here.
Oh, that's really intricate. That's
a
fun.
good scene, yeah. I think I do like the mimic. Is that what that's called? The mimic?
Yeah.
She knows. She's like, yeah. You know what a mimic is?
I know what a mimic is.
You're like a nerd now, like a
Basically.
proper
Thanks.
D&D
It's the
nerd.
kindest thing you ever said to me.
Let's talk Marvel now.
I'm good. I'm super busy.
We'll never get there. All right. Anyway, I'm surprised these aren't doing as well, but I think this is also the kind of thing that you buy at a convention.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of dice on a spinning thing already.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Like the one I have, I think is done. So this may not even be something they need to make.
Oh, I see
Like
what
as
you're
a
saying.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? All right, Dungeon Crawl. The most innovative name of any board game I've ever
I missed
seen.
this one.
Goodness gracious.
Maybe you saw it and just honestly don't remember.
That's quite possible. No, I think the list.
Who gave him the name Dungeon Crawl?
This is so generic looking. And then in the video, every card looks generic. Everything looks generic. At one point, they're like, it's kind of like Munchkin. I'm like,
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
pass on every front.
but see, what blows my mind is it has 200 backers.
Well,
so
they funded in under 72 hours.
is that what it said?
It says it in huge letters at the top there.
Yeah, it's like werewolf, skeleton,
Ghoul.
loot cards.
Which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying that those are bad things, but it doesn't feel like it's so been done before to you. I also thought it was weird the designer, who is also that person running the Kickstarter, felt the need to, in the video, say, this and that and the other thing, Dungeon Crawl, by designer Josiah something. I'm like, really? Am I supposed to know who that is? Maybe I'm the odd man out here, but I don't think this is like an established board game or dungeon crawler designer, is it?
The guy who did the video was that designer?
I don't know if it is that guy.
Oh,
but
that'd be
I
weird
think
if I
they
was
called himself.
Here's a new book from famous author Tom Vassell.
Yeah, right.
the point being, it's part of the script. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And it's like, you probably don't need to say the name if your name is not famous.
Right, unless you're trying to.
You know what I mean? Like, Stephen King's name is mentioned in anything Stephen King even walked by. But you certainly don't need to, like, say my name if I was involved in something, because it's not going to matter.
Right, it's not
It's not
going
going to help sell that.
Yeah.
All right. CharCon 2025, the West Virginia Gaming Convention. CharCon is in Charleston, West Virginia. It is run by many of the same people who are involved with Origins. They're not too far apart.
Oh,
Columbus
okay.
and this.
Have you been?
No, I think I was invited a couple years, but just hard to go to all these different things.
20 years they've been doing this.
I really like this for. I mean, I assume this
Look
is
at a turtle.
I assume it's like a smaller convention. Right, it's kind of the vibe I was getting. Very, very personal convention. I really like this idea for those conventions, and I think rather than having to commit to a space and putting down the deposits, like for a small group, there's a lot of money that goes into conventions and reserving and not knowing how much space you need and not know, just so many unknown variables. I love that this platform exists just to bring these to light, and so they can plan those things.
Right.
So they can confidently put down the deposits on the space. They can confidently know, what kind of accommodations they need.
Well, it's like we say
I
for
love it.
like war games or like, games that maybe don't have as big an audience. I'm so glad that things like Kickstarter and Gamefound exist.
Right.
Because those games will find their audience.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the same. People in that region or that want to travel there will find, a way to make it there. And I
Right.
like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is great.
All right. Solar Titans, prepare for epic capital ship duels. Now, this is I believe, a reprint because I've played Solar Titans. Solar Titans is a back and forth. Actually, this says to create it, so I'm assuming the other one is Solar Titans. Yes, July 2023.
Oh, it's that new.
Oops, and I just
didn't realize
closed the
that.
whole thing down. I hate
Well,
that.
it's a reprint, okay? Don't come at me with your reprint. Let's move on
Now-
to Kilauea.
So Solar Titans, unfortunately for me, is a game that really looks and sounds cool. You have a handful of cards, and you're putting down pieces of a ship, and then you're utilizing like a gun, and then you shoot the other person's ship, and they have shields and stuff. It just sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it awesome?
The problem with the game, there's two problems with the game. One
It's a
is
leading question.
One is there are cards that are clearly better than other cards. I put down a really good gun. It's just better than another gun.
Okay.
And once I start beating your ship up with my good guns and armor, you are going to go, I don't know why we're going to finish the game. You're going to lose.
Oh, you know,
It's
pretty
a-
quick.
holes in your
Got
ship.
it.
Oh, that's really sad because I was going to say, I thought this looked pretty good.
I really enjoyed
Sounds really nice.
it until, like, as you're playing, I'm like, oh, it's really lucky on who gets what card. I need some armor. I don't have any.
Whoever gets
that type of thing.
Yeah, whoever gets the one up keeps it. You
That is,
know?
I mean, it makes sense. If you are, there's a fine line there. If you being attacked means that, and your ship is falling apart, means your own attacks get weaker.
Yeah.
It's a rich get richer, weak player get weaker kind of
Yeah.
problem. So
It wasn't bad, though. It's like that game that, as I played it, I was like, this could be so cool. It just felt like it was just shy of it. That's all.
okay.
Yeah.
Kilauea.
Calais.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Kilauea.
Kilauea.
So it's a game with very simple rules, it says. How
They
many
s-
tikis of colors? I've never seen a colored tiki game before. I'm kidding. There's several.
I think this looks super cute visually, but
Yeah.
but they also said it was like, oh, super easy. But then the explanation
Look,
as it
no luck.
I
yeah.
did look at the video. I don't know if you saw it, Milla, the video, the explanation. I watched a good chunk of the how to
Okay.
play. And it's certainly each part is fairly straightforward, but it's a lot of them.
Yes.
And
yeah.
it's very much a mid-weight Euro game, not a lot of theme. Mm-hmm. It's barely there.
Right.
It's exactly the kind of game that I don't find makes sense to me on Kickstarter.
Okay, like
You know
this
what I
should
mean?
just be a retail, like right to
Kinda,
retail.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no crazy theme that will only appeal to a few people.
That's true.
It's not like
yeah.
wild miniatures that we can't afford to make unless you tell us you're paying ahead of time.
Sure, but in today's gaming society, sometimes Kickstarter might be the way to get the word out about your game. How else are you going to
That's
get people to take a
fine.
look at it?
No, hey, I'm not telling you not to leave money on the table. If people are
Do what
willing
I
to give
want.
you the money now, take the money now. I'm just saying it's exactly the kind of game that I go, why is this here? It looks okay. It looks like a mid-weight Euro game. And it feels and looks mid, kind of like in every aspect. The scoring. It sounded interesting enough. Collect the things and multiply the ones you have of a color to the ones in the middle. Seen it 100 times. They're like, oh, the
think it looks
tallest
cool.
stack is 1 point per, but the smaller ones are 3 points per. Got it. So you kind of feed the stack you don't want. Seen it 100 times. I'm not even crapping on this game. I think it looks all right. I'm just...
You sound positive.
It
I don't
is-
get it. I don't get why it's here. This is one I walk by and maybe pick up and maybe even play, but I don't back it.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that this is one though that seeing that box cover, seeing the components on the shelf at a game store, I would back up. I would pick it up and have a pretty high chance of buying it.
Also,
but
I think it's pretty
wouldn't back
inexpensive.
it. Right, but I don't know that I would back it. This is one that even
Yeah.
looking, I'm like, ooh, this will be interesting. Okay,
I'm going to
I'll
back
check it out when it comes
spite
out.
you all.
No, I'm not saying
You
don't.
should
I'm saying
back it.
just to Z's point, I think that this would do potentially better on shelves than it would be.
And if it's
here.
a good enough game, somebody would probably
Yeah.
publish your game, keep showing it to publishers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's me, but this might even benefit from being plugged into an existing universe. I bet a company out there would take this game and go, well, it's not really about anything, so we can plug it into our Love Letter universe. We can plug it into
Yeah.
our Space Titans universe. We can plug it into anything. It doesn't feel like any of this couldn't become something else.
But I don't know. I really like the look. I think these little tiki components are super cute, and that's what's going to be the hook of the game.
Okay.
I think for me visually is I really like
I like
these little
stacking
pieces.
tikis, period.
And yeah, stacking them up, and immediately I was like, ooh, I could get the game, and if I don't like it, then I can use these little tikis. as Spirit Island pieces, as your little spirit presence.
I like stacking
because I like that.
bodies.
You know what I mean? Like I just think that it's
Okay.
that pretty enough that
Interesting. Now I'm
Right?
gonna back it just to put
Yeah.
it
You should
straight
back
out.
2 copies. 1, because the
Yeah.
game is going to be really good, and 2, because of Spirit Island tikis.
there we go.
Also, let's take a look at Mankind Madness, the game we've already lost.
What did it say? This is like it's offensive to everybody.
Yeah.
Universally offensive.
Yeah, so that automatically turns me off because it's basically just, hey, we can do whatever we want. We can get away with anything we want because we're saying it's offensive.
Right.
So we're going to just talk about hot topics and say they're funny. And is the game good? Probably not, but you're going to laugh because you've destroyed the worth.
That pretty much sums it up. Yep.
It looks awful.
But it's making money because this sort of thing
It
always does.
Yep.
It does.
I mean, again,
Yay!
Munchkin, Exploding
And
Kittens, any of
put
those.
that on your tombstone. That's the game you made someday, and be
Yeah.
proud of yourself for appealing to the lowest common denominator. Good job. See, I can be snarky too.
I noticed.
All right. Hubworld, Aidalon.
I think that's what they said. Yeah.
That the words here, if you look at the cards, or this right here, that is very Nickelodeon and almost looks like Avatar.
I think Avatar. I don't know about
right.
Nickelodeon, but there's a certain sort of animation, like manga. It looks like manga, right? Like that font, the animation style.
Oh, I love how it looks.
Do you
I
really?
think it looks
Yeah.
gorgeous.
No, I meant the art, yeah.
I think the art is gorgeous.
It's funny. I'm actually a little ambivalent on the artwork.
Oh wow, no, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I'm not. There's a lot of other art that we see this week and other weeks that like immediately catches me.
Yeah.
This one I'm a little more ambivalent on. Yeah,
I really like
that is
this
a
art.
cool dragon. For
I love
sure.
the just painted background, like the not fully finished background. So you have the really detailed close up and less detail as it goes back. I love that style
Yeah.
of art, though. I really do.
Now the game play seems to be a non-collectible version a little bit of
Star
the
Wars, Hearthstone.
Netrunner. That's the one I was looking for. Netrunner. It looks to be like a little bit of a Netrunner type thing where you are setting up. You have hidden
But
agents
it's
or
more
whatever.
symmetrical.
It is symmetrical. That's true. We're both running on each other, right? It's
Right.
not the corp and the runner. But it's kind of a similar idea. I'm looking to break into your headquarters, which in this game is a different word for your deck of cards, or like your hand of cards, or your discard, and you are fighting things along the way to get there and pluck an agent and be like, aha, I caught your agent. You catch 3 of their agents, you win the game. So it very much looks and feels and sounds like a collectible trading card game. It just isn't. It's self-contained.
Oh, this is straight up.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like collectible card games, I wouldn't touch this
Right.
just because it looks like one.
Right. It's kind of giving me the same like Radland vibes, though. You know, where
Yeah.
you have the 3 things
Oh,
at
that's
the bottom that you're
interesting.
trying
Okay.
to get through in order to destroy those 3 camps. But same kind of thing. It's not collectible. It's like
Yeah.
that without any of that investment, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, that you have to do.
Did it say
So-
who's in? I'm looking to see if at the bottom it tells about who the people are. The creative team.
So this
This
is
guy-
from Earthborn
Yeah.
Games.
So
that did, like,
Michael,
Design from Marvel Champions, Android Netrunner, and Star Wars Destiny.
right. So Michael Box used to work for FFG. Well,
Same with Corey DeVore.
right.
yeah, they
Oh,
did.
Andrew Navarro. We know him. He did the Earthborn games.
Yeah, this is the
you
same
kidding me
company.
right now?
I can't. Yeah.
Did you already say that? And I was not listening.
No.
No,
it's
this
from
company is called
Earthborn
Earthborn Games.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So this is their
Jet
second
lag?
game.
Yeah. That'll work for a
Jet
month.
lag.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the follow-up to Earthborn Rangers. Not thematically, just their second
Right.
release.
This, yeah, the company's second game.
Right.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm
well,
psyched,
then
man,
Right,
yeah.
then this is
Which-
just a bunch of. These are the guys from
Yeah.
Fantasy Flight.
This is what they do.
This is the old Fantasy Flight
Yes,
making
right.
stuff.
So that being said, has Earthborn Rangers delivered though?
Yeah,
Yep,
the original wave
second.
delivered. They reprinted. That's not out
So the
yet.
expansion that they also Gamefound or
Right.
Kickstarter Gamefound, I think, but they
Yeah, that's not out yet.
crowdfunded.
That should be
okay.
out soon, I guess. It's cool. I like what they're doing. This
This is
canceled,
canceled.
so
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Never mind then.
bye.
Trickerion. It's bye.
Well, bye.
Trickerion 10-year anniversary edition. It's crazy to me that this game is 10 years old.
I know. This game
So
is
this is the game that put Mind Clash on the map. This a game about the world's second oldest profession, illusionists. More reviled than any other profession. So, yeah, this is a big game. It's a complicated Euro-style game, and they're making it nice and beautiful.
Have you played it, Joey?
I have.
You like it? It's too complex for you.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I like the idea of it too. I felt that the theming was cool, but not really comes out in the game mechanisms. You're doing
what I've heard.
tricks by connecting tiles and making patterns. That's not
That's
a
how
trick.
Joey does it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that this is the theme disappears pretty quick in this.
But the people who love this game
Yeah.
really love it. It is one of, other than maybe a couple of their other games, this is one of their most well-renowned games.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You get a new version of this and play it. Although it does look like after Anachrony,
Yeah.
I think I'm not going to back this. I'm going to keep
Look
the
at that.
copy that
Look
we
at
had.
that.
I don't want to
So
have to have
much.
someone have to open a box and put that back in.
Gosh.
Right.
No way.
And then again, I mean, after the game, you have to sort all that back out.
Yeah.
You know, there is that tipping point with inserts where it's like, if I have to separate all the pieces, you know, if it takes 20 minutes,
Not if you don't
you know?
That's true, because anyone who ever knows magic in a movie can also pick up 200 things and telepathically manipulate them at the same time, which is not. That's a magic trick in of itself.
What are we talking about? What are we referencing?
Whenever anyone has telepathy or can move stuff with their mind in a movie,
Yeah.
like if I could move this can in my mind, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty neat. But anyone who could do it in a movie can also then suddenly pick up like 1,000 things
Everything,
simultaneously and
yeah.
assemble them in the
Yeah, yeah,
air.
yeah.
I'm like, no, that's a
Yeah.
whole separate skill.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying Magneto does not have an architect's degree, is what
Right.
you're saying.
But he can somehow do it.
He could
It's
rebuild.
not like he's slamming metal together.
Yeah,
he's like
no.
fine-tuning, sticking
yeah,
needles
yeah,
through
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. No,
Come on.
he knows what's up.
All right, Race to Berlin from Portal Games. So Race to Berlin, I believe this is a reprint because I reviewed Race to Berlin.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
you're saying.
I don't remember it only being 2 players, but essentially, and I don't remember it having these. I remember having little tanks. So
You sure it's not
You sure
a
you
different
played it?
game? Just another game called something Berlin.
Race to Berlin. Let's take a look at Board Game Geek. So Race to Berlin.
the top one does say second edition.
I've not played that one. It was re-implemented by Race to Berlin.
Okay,
This is
so
the one.
that's the one.
Maybe
from
I played
Portal.
a different race game. How about Back to Berlin? You know, that was pretty funny. I clicked Back to Berlin and I went to Race to Berlin.
What about if you just type in Berlin over there?
You know, I'm just going to go back to the game.
19XX.
Where am I? I've lost where we're at. We're
Oh,
here.
there it is, yeah.
Anyway, so you're trying to be the first one to get to Berlin. So it's a war game where you're not on the same team. Like the Allies and Soviets are both trying to get to Berlin.
I'm going to guess, yeah.
So, but you're both fighting Germany, but you just want to be first.
Okay. I mean, it looks like it kind of looks like a minimalistic 2-player abstract war game.
Race to the Rhine. Thank you. That's what I was
That's
thinking
what you were thinking. I knew that you were thinking about something else. I just couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, this looks interesting. It looks very much not for me,
It
but I
looks,
do appreciate that sort of minimalism in its approach.
yeah, it looks very war game-ish,
Yeah.
which it's not, you know, I think
Yeah.
it'll maybe find its audience that way.
Yeah, for me, one of the big things that puts me off of war games is actually, there's many things, but one of them is the amount of bits, counters,
Yeah.
chits. There's just too much. And so I like that in this game, it does not seem like there's going to be that many moving literal pieces. I like
Nice, yeah.
of. All right. Escape from Stalingrad Z. So you're going to race to Berlin
Reloaded.
that. And then
while also escaping from
them
Stalingrad Z.
zombies.
Did anyone ever play this? I think I know I took it home, read the rules, and then Chris took it home,
And then
read
I
the rules.
tried.
But we never
We're
got.
talking about just. Is it called Escape from Stalingrad Z or was it just called Stalingrad Z?
It was called Escape from Stalingrad Z. This is Reloaded.
This is the second edition.
I'm so over zombies.
What?
I'm not. No.
Zombies are where it's at, man. Get
I'm
your head
not.
on straight.
Yeah.
Get your brain on right.
But no, I think the point was we all read the rule book, but the three of us that did never got together to actually play it. You know, like it just never worked out.
It's so much.
You're talking about the war games, right? Where you're like,
Yes.
there's so many moving pieces. There's a lot going on.
And it doesn't look that way. That's the funny thing. If
Yeah.
you watch the video here, you're like, oh, it's small little skirmish maps, which it is.
Yep.
But the amount of rules you need to internalize to get to that point
Right.
is a deep bench. And that was the problem I had with
Yeah.
it. I'm assuming the same thing you and Chris ran into. I'm hoping this one's a little cleaner. I would love to be able to dive into this game because I love the look and I love the theme.
I don't think so. I think they did more.
They added more rules.
No, they took out the dual layer player boards. And so now that is like an add-on to it to
That's
bring the
crap.
price. Well, it brings the price point down is what they
Come on, no
did.
price point.
So they brought the price point down. Then if you still want that stuff,
Yeah.
then it's an add-on that you can add to it
Yeah.
to get the double player boards. So, I'm with you though. I think it is not as approachable as it looks, and I think it probably pays off to jump in to it and learn all those rules. And it definitely had that feel like, ooh, I like so much going on in this. Whew, but it's going to be a lot of overhead to get a couple games play to get to that comfort zone with it.
I want a simpler version of this game. I really would like that.
Okay.
You're making that?
Nope.
Man.
We're looking at Board Game Clothes Season 8 by Mr. Meeple. And you can pick it up at Essence Spiel. So let's take a look at some of these
what do we got?
clothings here.
Okay.
First we have
What is that?
Sponsored
Oh.
Gamefound Rocket.
That's kind of cute.
I really like engine building.
That looks
Like,
pretty
That's
cool.
that
cute.
one's cute.
Area Control, which is a
No.
very busy
Yeah,
shirt.
I don't love
No.
that one.
I like the question mark Meeple, but I'm a little tired of Meeples. I
No.
wish the
It
question
won't-
mark was something else.
It's not good. What?
Is it literally going to end up being a question mark? No.
No, it's not. It's just unknown.
That's what it is. That's the contest winner. They're going to go through everything and be like, our Meeple question mark was better than all this.
Okay, but a question for you. What are the questions going to be? Like, are they all going to become one thing of differing
This is
sizes?
just a who knows what the shirt is.
Share your favorite game. So sometimes,
Instead of putting
so
a
it'll be
question
like,
mark, they put a Meeple with question marks.
no, it'll be actual names. Like if you see, it'll have like Gloomhaven, Pandemic,
Got it.
and it's
the
in the different
written out
sizes.
name of
Yes,
games,
yes.
not a bit from games.
I believe so. That's what they've done in the past. So I assume so.
Okay.
Okay.
Islas de los Meeplos? I am offended. I am deeply offended.
I would.
But also, it's pretty cool though, right?
That's cute. I like
Yeah.
that shirt.
I think I would like it if they just made the Meeple shape slightly more obscure.
No, it's pretty obscure.
I
It's
think-
hard to see that.
I think in this case it works. I think I generally agree. I think this is obscure enough for me.
What about Heavy Eurogamer?
I don't love that one.
No, I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Always green.
Yeah, then these
No.
are.
Always red. These are
No.
your passive aggressive way to be a jerk at conventions. I always ask people they're like, if you play red, I'll touch your game piece. I'm like, but what if you play a game with someone else who also always plays red? They're like, it's just gonna be me then. I'm always like, oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not that. I'll tell them like, yeah, hey, if you take that color, I might touch your piece. Like, just, I'm fine with it, but just understand that. Like,
Yeah, that's a
keep
shirt
an
that
eye
says,
on me.
I might touch your piece.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
like-
not, I will.
I'm
Yeah.
like, not trying to cheat. Just usually play that color.
Always blue.
That would
Always
be mine.
yellow.
That's me. That's always yellow.
I really like
And these
the
are the only four
Steam-
colors you're allowed to always be.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I really like the Steam Meeple too, though. I think this is
You
my.
like that? Oof.
I do. I
It's a
really
little
like
faint.
that.
That's my concern with it.
Don't like that at all. It looks like a stormtrooper.
I think I like. No, it does.
Where's my royalties for that clear blue dice tower of A? Come on now. Board gamer. Meeple Factory.
I like
Isn't there
that
a
one
company
a lot,
called
too.
Meeple Factory?
That looks like a board game, actually.
It does. Looks
That
kind of
one
like
game.
Factory Funner or something
Secret
like that.
Arcana. Wear this shirt and you won't be allowed to go to church. Astrologers. Same.
Oh, I hate that so
Working
much.
class hero. Roll dice. You ride a motorcycle if you wear
Yeah,
that shirt.
right, yeah.
You have to put this on the
That-
back of a jacket.
That Meeple is also very.
Yeah, Meeple
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of not obscured,
Dark Tower. I like the Dark Tower one.
that's cute.
That's cute. Looks
I
like a
would rather
rib
though.
cage.
I would rather have that as a poster
Oh yeah.
than a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or like one of those felt 1960s felt poster things.
Ooh.
Black light.
I hate those.
Yeah, Joey
Anyway.
knows what's up.
I-
Look.
Oh, you have it on.
Take it off. Show it.
Oh dear.
Show it off.
Here we
Giant
go.
ball of Meeple, baby.
Yep, yep. Show it that way. Yeah, keep it up. Yep.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I killed something.
Put it in the bloopers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the bloopers. Hit it.
Don't lean back.
We need a tally mark
worried
going.
about this now?
I am. Like,
I'm
we
a
just need
little-
a tally of
Feels
when you.
okay, but how many chairs I broken? Let's not do that. Black and white, colorful meeples.
We need a montage of you breaking chairs and sneezing.
Put it in the bloopers. I want to get our bloopers going early this year. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's probably one of my favorite seasons of them. Though I really like quite a few of those shirts.
Let's talk about the socks.
I like those socks over here with the different dice. I like those. Go
I like
down,
I wear
down,
the spring
and
meeples, and I wear the Christmas ones.
do you? I like the last ones. Yeah.
Where?
Those,
These?
the very,
hex
very
ones?
last ones.
Oh,
no.
these?
Yeah. Is that cheese?
Is it
that
cheese?
dice? What is that?
What is that? You like those?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Right? Oh, you like that?
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, I think
I'm glad they exist for you.
I think that's all the games. So we're gonna hear from Mark, and then we'll take a look at some other stuff.
Street?
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and of course, as always, I'm here with Alita. And of course, Alita has her new hat, which I absolutely love. Anyway, we have just have a couple of games to look at, so let's get to it. And first up, we have a dexterity game called Catch 33, literally trying to make the bucket in the middle. But the catch here is that you have ramps that you launch your dice up trying to hit the middle, but there are quadrants you get points as well. And also there are pillars, turning it into an area control game, trying to get all your pillars out and knock over your opponents. But the thing about it is it's super simple at first, you might think, but it becomes very, very addicting. And next up, we have Goat Simulator, the card game. Yes, based on the video game. And just like the video game, tons and tons of chaos. Chaotic movements, you never know what's gonna happen. You have action cards that you throw down to equip onto your goats and give them all kinds of zany outfits which can match missions that you're trying to fulfill. But along the way, you're going to be flipping a plushie, trying to land it softly on the table and make that extra action happen, or whatever the cards call for. So just like the game, tons of mayhem and a lot of take that in this one, but the games play pretty quick, so you can play easily back to back. And lastly, we have a wrestling game. It is Get Over. Now, it is super fast paced as you're battling in the ring, throwing cards down back and forth to see who wins that particular round. But then you go off to this worker placement phase of the game to enhance your character. Some really neat things going on here, and it definitely gives you that wet wrestling vibe if you're into that. And so for my pick of the week, you know, all these games had some fun elements to them, but I'm gonna give it up for Goat Simulator, the card game, just because of the crazy, wacky fun that happens through this game. And you never know what's gonna happen. You definitely are forced to play from the hip, and again, lots of take that. But the games change so quickly about what you're doing, what cards you have in hand, and how many goats you can get out on the table. All right, folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please check out our full preview. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
All right.
Goats!
Let's take a look at some non-gaming stuff. If you have some weird non-gaming stuff to send me or interesting, send it to me at tom@dicetower.com. First, we'll take a look at BezelBright, 3D printable posters and photo frames. Not like I've been looking at this stuff lately with the new studio, so I'm always...
Oh, yeah.
This stuff has been popping up my Facebook. They're like, hey, would you like some more 3D art? I'm like, yes, let me look
Yeah,
at it.
absolutely.
So here
I
the
do.
idea is you print the frame, right?
Yes, and
You
it's
put
like
whatever you want in it, but you print the frame.
But this
Yeah.
is great because frames is a scam. They're so expensive.
they're really, really expensive. But this is also going to look plastic. It's going
It
it's
is.
going to be something that looks good from a distance,
Yes.
but not up close. I think
Like
up
my,
close.
that's why I'm putting
Even
my own
that, I don't
artwork in
think-
it. Look at it from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't see, unless you have a very DIY look to your game room or something like that. But it's not. I would definitely never do
I
like
think
my
painted
living
would
room.
be fine because like the
Yeah.
Dice Tower gavel, the Hammer of Judgment, that's 3D printed. But because he sanded it and did it, I think
Right,
it looks
that's
really
a lot
good.
of work.
Well, I know, but it's still cheap. I get mad every time I go buy a frame. Like I'll have this beautiful picture, and I'm like, I'll go to the
frame it.
Michaels
Yeah,
and
yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
let's get this framed, and then I'm like, nope, I'm going to go to Amazon and find
buy,
the closest frame that I can get.
Custom frames are very, very expensive. I do like that you can customize the size.
Yep.
And so it's very not malleable, but I guess customizable, with that. I really like that, but I just worry how good they're going to look up close. It's a plastic 3D printed frame, and it's going to look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep showing them all painted too and everything.
And all lit
It
up.
takes a lot of
and all-
work.
yeah.
It will be a lot
A lit
of work.
frame
That's a lot.
it's like lights in a board game table. You think it's cool for about a week, and then you're like, and we're done.
Agreed.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
please turn that off. It's so distracting. Yeah.
Yeah.
QUBE 3-in-1 digital angle level distance meter. Look how well this thing is doing.
It is making bank.
350,000.
It's the smartest way to measure. It looks really good. Actually, I was watching the video and everything they were doing with it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks good. But it's tech.
Right.
Even like it's existing tech. They're not inventing the
What
wheel
else have
here.
these guys done?
They've done the Vader and the Vader 3D.
Oh, they did his auto calibration dual laser meter.
They did that,
But
yeah.
The thing about these is none of these have.
There's the Vader up there, right there. See?
That's what I'm saying, though. So if these, it is tech, but they have a track record.
But also, none of these have made it into retail. They've gone Kickstarter, and that's it. Which means I think if it is good enough, it's kind of like your vassal law of games. If the game's good enough, it'll get reprinted. If these are good enough, and they work that well, and they're that much time saving, they're going to end up
I agree.
in
They
production.
should be at Home Depot.
So the fact that they have so many projects and none are at Home Depot,
Are they really
for
not?
example,
I don't know.
Have you ever been in a Home Depot?
have you ever heard of Magpie?
Yeah. We walked into Home Depot the other day and bought a fridge.
That was by mistake. You were going
Yeah.
to McDonald's.
Yeah. Got confused.
Wow, cruel, but fair.
Anyway, this looks really cool to me. I like it. The only thing missing is a caliper.
I love Home Depot.
Because-
I
do
just
love
stop
calipers.
when I get to the
Oh.
wood.
You know what I mean? If
Top-
you ever want to show like you know what's going on in a Kickstarter, we
Yeah.
were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to know, if you want to look
However.
like engineers have
Yeah.
put a lot of time into your project on Kickstarter, show somebody measuring literally anything with a
Doesn't matter.
caliper, and it's like
It gets me though. I love it. That's
I know.
that's top three
you know
tools.
what a caliper is?
No, but I'm listening. You
Top
guys
three.
get
Look it
excited
up.
about
Yeah,
It is
Google.
top three tools. We need
Don't
to bring
Google
back
that.
top threes. What caliper? Only because Joey doesn't know what it is either.
More
Don't be embarrassed.
tech. This one is. This one's riskier, I think. Here, the absolutely.
I agree. I agree with that.
I'm sorry. First of all, the abxylute, terrible name. A One Pro, your all-in-one everyday handheld. Hey, it's a project we love from Kickstarter, which is just their random shooting at stuff. But anyhow,
What? How,
I'm sorry. The Steam exists.
Okay, I
What
was
is
gonna say,
this
how
going
is
to
this
do?
different? That's what I'm at. Like, I was
Steam
so
Deck.
confused.
How
by
is this
this. Like,
different?
Yes.
This is from some Joe Schmo. The Steam Deck is from a huge
Why
company.
would you want the Switch 2 when you can get this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, why?
Why this?
Why
or
this?
why? Because somebody likes to take risks on this stuff, and it's also very cheap. It's $200.
Yeah, but
You can get a Steam.
What does
you
it
can get a
play?
Steam Deck for like $500 or $600. Switch to
About
500, whatever.
But
You know,
ooh.
this is
But
it
that's-
plays some emulated something or other, and it probably runs on Android.
Yeah.
Get
that's
out
what
of
it
my
says.
face with this stuff. It's gonna come late. It's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be a USB Type A. You know what I mean? It'll be like, no, you're outdated by the time you show up. That's just the way this goes.
It just kind of seems like, to me, this seems like buying headphones at the dollar store.
Right.
You know?
that's what you do when your child brings her headphones and you teach them a lesson.
Right.
Agreed.
You're using
Your
dollar
child.
headphones now for forever until, well, you break them and you get more dollar headphones.
And then you go to the $5, 5 and below. And then you have
The
to earn your way
problem
back
is-
up.
The problem is those headphones will work for like a week. This might not.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyway,
Oh.
let's look at something else.
true, it's a big
Would you
gamble.
like a tiny robot that cools your hot drinks and food?
I don't know if I would call it a
Did you
robot.
back this? Because I thought
No.
about getting it for you. I was like, this.
No, I'm
like,
good. I don't
'cause
like
you-
hot things.
No, at all. You like things cold.
I do. But especially drinks. Ugh.
But you don't
Seems
drink
like
any
it.
hot drink?
I don't drink any hot drink. No, well, that little Cuban coffee sometimes, but it's like a thimble. And then I'm good.
it's
Also,
also-
that cools really fast.
Yeah,
that
because it's
stuff.
this big. It's also, 30 minutes.
No, I hate. Well, I don't really like chocolate that much, but I especially don't like hot chocolate.
Yeah, only drinks
hot,
coffee cold.
Liquid chocolate is the worst way to have chocolate. Well, how did that catch on?
The opinions of secrecy are not those of most people. Come on now.
Anyway, this is super cute. I don't know. It's a stretch to call it a robot. It's a fan, with handles.
A cute little mouth. Yeah.
Calm down.
You know what, though? This would be, I think, a fun thing if you have a kid and you're giving up soup. You know, where kids are always like, it's too hot. You're like, just let the cat do its work.
Until they actually drop it in the soup and it no longer works. But, you know,
Fair.
That's not
I think it's really...
It's going to last
This is a 1 week. Yeah, this is a 1 week. The dollar store headphones. He's like, but I didn't bring the headphones.
I think it's very cute.
How much is it? 25? Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad for a robot.
28?
I think it's really, really adorable. Absolutely adorable.
Is it dishwasher safe? I don't know. I like this.
I doubt that
Well, it
very
shouldn't
much.
get dirty.
Blowing like humans would, as opposed to what?
As opposed to a fan? I don't understand. Yeah. This is okay.
Oh, it's randomized. That's what it is. It's like,
Oh, really?
Wait, seriously? Why would that matter?
Oh no, there's two different kinds.
yeah, you could
two
do
different,
steady
okay.
or randomized, because then he feels like he's helping. You're like,
That's really
every once in a while he
stupid.
starts coughing. You're like, are you okay, buddy? I'm back.
This is so dumb. Randomized blowing? How is that not just worse? Oh, gosh. I think it's very adorable, but the randomized thing, which I had not seen, drops my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. The IPASON Yao, the lightest and thinnest tempered glass mouse pad.
Are glass mouse pad the things? I've never heard of them.
Never heard
Is
of
that a thing?
either. But
Oh, I was going to ask you guys.
Oh.
I never heard of it. I am not on board with this.
No.
I don't care how tempered.
They're showing us the
You know,
and I'm just like cringing the whole
Yeah.
time. I'm like, I feel like you're trying to show me how smooth it is, but I'm just like cringing at the sound.
There's a couple problems. First of all, the mouse pad is having a slow death because half people don't use mice anymore. They're using the trackpads. And if you are, they don't need a mouse pad anymore.
That's it. Like mouse pads came about because the mice with the trackball really needed a surface with the right amount
Were you
of
ever in a
grip.
situation where you didn't have one? And
Absolutely.
You're like,
It's
you stick
very
a book there,
janky.
you're like, this book doesn't
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Can you try another book?
It's kind of janky. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
know.
need that anymore. They work on anything now.
That being said, I still prefer them. I put a play mat down because
But you-
I prefer that. I think that little tension in it.
Yeah.
You know,
But also it feels good on the hand.
it does. Yes.
This tempered glass thing, I don't care how thin it is. It's a chunk of glass and
Yeah.
it won't feel cushiony.
It
Yeah.
would look good, though.
I
But
assume.
it also it shows the layers that this picture is below. You know, the glass, right?
Yeah.
It's sandwiched in there, but it's not interchangeable, right?
No.
And they only have these 3 images, which are a very specific style. So I thought that was also very, very limiting. Andrew in the chat does say that they are a thing, the tempered glass ones. I just don't understand
Well, it says
why.
here. So it says here, if you're doing a gaming,
Okay.
it says it offers fast acceleration, quick stops. So like if it's really good for like precision gaming, especially first-person shooters or whatever, maybe that's what it is.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I also don't like
Maybe
the
that's
art.
what they're targeting.
Well, they're
And
definitely
that's-
targeting a certain audience, so I would assume
Right.
it's gamers.
I mean, it all shows gamers. That's
Okay,
the
well,
main
maybe
thing
that's
they're
it then.
pushing. But again,
Did it
just
say
like there's not.
fingerprint?
And
That way, if you
scratch
kill
resistant.
someone with your
Anti-
computer, the police can't catch you.
Well, it's anti-Cheetos hands is probably what it is.
They can't say that. All right. Okay, it's time to pick our picks of the week. Let's jump to those not at the table.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio, and I've got to be honest with you folks. This was a rough week for me. Not a whole lot that really jumped out at me. I think of the ones we covered, the one that I would like to know a little bit more about that I'm most interested in is Kilauea. It's, it has kind of a rondel thing going on. I tend to like that. I wish I had a little bit better grasp on exactly how it works because it looks like a very simple rule set, but the scoring, I'm not sure I understand quite how that works. Anyway, of the ones this week, that's the one I'm most interested in, so that's the one that's going to get my pick of the week. Let's see if other people were more excited about these picks than I was.
It is not the best of weeks.
It is not.
There's a couple of things I'm pretty excited about this week. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, go,
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Or do you want
I'm
us to
d-
pick first, and then you can...
Yeah, if you want, whatever.
I'm picking the fruit. Cute fruit.
Super cute.
That's cute, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
cute, and I'm hoping it's good. It reminds me like it's a cousin of Tina's artwork.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
similar.
interesting.
I mean, it's different. No, I'm not saying
Oh yeah,
they're
it's
the
very
same.
different, but
But it's that style I like where it's cute, but not.
It's not sort of.
It doesn't make me feel weird that I think it's cute. I don't know how to explain it.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
too. Like sometimes cute
not-
artwork tries to be so cute. I'm like, oh,
Like nauseating.
I
It's not
need. It's
kiddie.
nauseatingly cute. It's like
Yeah.
I need insulin
Yeah, yeah.
after watching your artwork.
Yeah.
This is adorable and very, very cute, but there's a certain personality to it that doesn't feel generic.
yeah.
What about you?
It's cute.
Me, I'm gonna go with the Sir Meeple, the shirts. I think this is my favorite season so far. There's quite a few of the shirts in there that I really like. Like I said, I really
I'm
liked.
always blue or whatever.
You're
Heavy
always
Euro
blue.
gamer.
No, I don't
gonna
like
buy
that
you that
one. No,
shirt.
but I really like that one right there. That kind of gave that factory funner look. I really like the steampunk Meeple.
Yeah.
I thought the islands was really well done. Yeah, I just think the engine builder there. I think this is a pretty stellar season for it. So I'm excited about these.
All right, and I'm picking the solo game. I think the solo tower defense game, something Mancy. Mecha
find
Mancy.
Diplomacy.
I'm almost there.
Diplom-
I'm not there yet.
Mecha-
Got it.
Dicemancy. That's my pick of the week. I really like the way this looks. Like I said, the combos of building, laying out cards that kind of look like dominoes, and you're stacking them and following the arrows with the dice to defend the tower defense thing. And then when you defeat the people, you get a new card you get to add to your display. I really am. I'm feeling that. So yeah, this is one I would love to just mess with. That's my pick.
Alrighty, folks. Well, there you go. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the news, Dice Tower news in the board game industry. And we got more videos going up all week. More stuff from Mexico, more reviews, and more, I don't know, just stuff. The Dice Tower move is still coming along, so we're not quite there. All the human beings have to move. We'll be back to normal in a few weeks. By normal, however normal the Dice Tower might be. I got to go look for a chair. But anyhow.
You don't have a chair. Oh, that. Yeah.
Maybe get some socks while you're at it.
Rude. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla.
See you next time.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.